Okay, good evening. Today we will learn very interesting topic. The topic is AI in behavioral economics. So we have studied many theories of behavioral economics, and today we will learn that is how artificial that can be applied in behavioral economics. I am sharing the screen. I hope you will be able to see the screen now. Artificial intelligence has increasingly been integrated into behavioral economics, a field that combines insights from psychology and economics to understand how people make decisions in real world context. Here, people means the consumer. The consumer will buy the product and this purchase decision of the consumer is affected by some psychological factors. Therefore, we have to study thoroughly the purchase history, browsing patterns, and social media activity of the consumer. This is deviating from the traditional rational model. So what is the traditional rational model? Earlier, it is assumed that consumer behavior is rational in nature. And the thought is related to the demand and supply. But the behavioral economics suggests only creating the demand or only creating the supply, we cannot motivate the consumer for purchasing the product. AI enhances this discipline by providing tools to analyze complex human behavior, that is the predict outcome, and design interventions. Below are some key applications of AI in behavioral economics. For example, predicting consumer behavior. How can we predict consumer preference, consumer decision-making tendency? AI leverages machine learning algorithm to analyze vast data sets, such as purchase history, browsing patterns, and social media activity, to predict consumer preferences and decision-making tendencies. So here the dependent variable is the consumer preference and their decision-making tendencies. By identifying patterns that reflect biases like loss aversion or the endowment effect, AI models can forecast how individuals or groups will respond to pricing changes. You can change the product price and whether this change is affecting consumers' purchase decision, whether consumer is ready to recommend the product or the service he or she has received, or marketing campaign. For example, e-commerce platforms use AI to personalize product suggestions, tapping into behavioral tendencies like the desire for instant gratification or susceptibility to social influence. So this is a vital. Sometimes you will find that is the consumer after buying the product suggests someone to buy similar type of product, or consumer presents the product in the social media, and another person may feel some interest to purchase that product. So that is the product suggestions. AI can provide you product suggestions. For example, you are searching one high price mobile, and AI can understand your interest. After that, AI will repeatedly give you some of the high price mobile advertisement or the image, so that you will be able to purchase it. Second one, personalized nudging. Behavioral economics often employs nudges, that is subtle interventions to guide decision making without restricting choice. AI enhances this by enabling personalized nudges tailored to individual behavioral profile. AI can determine the most effective nudge for a specific person, such as a timely reminder to save money or a framed message to encourage healthier eating. AI can give this knowledge to the consumer. This personalization leverages insight into cognitive biases, for example, present bias, and improves the efficacy of interventions compared to one-size-fits-all approaches. So, personalized nudge, that is possible through the AI, because AI knows your behavioral profile. So based upon your profile, AI can give you some of the suggestion. For example, AI can provide different suggestions to the person who is retired. So how to maintain the retired life, that type of suggestions AI can provide you. Modeling decision making under uncertainty. AI, particularly through techniques like reinforcement learning and neural networks, can simulate how humans make decisions in uncertain or complex environment. These models incorporate behavioral economics concepts such as prospect theory, which explains how people weigh gains and losses asymmetrically to better replicate real-world choices. For instance, AI can predict how people might react to financial risk or policy changes, offering insight for economists and policymakers. So AI can predict the financial risk. So related to the insurance issue, AI can provide you a lot of the knowledge. Okay. Because you are going to retire. So what are the medical insurance are available? AI can provide you that knowledge to you. Sentiment analysis and social influence. AI-powered natural language processing tools analyze text from social media, reviews or surveys to gauge consumer emotion and opinions. This ties into behavioral economics by revealing how social norms, peer influence, or emotional states drive economic decisions. Businesses use these insights to adjust strategies like timing product launches when sentiment is positive, or to understand hard behavior in market, such as stock trading influenced by collective optimism or panic. Since AI has understood the sentiment of the consumers, AI can tell that is when specific type of product will be announced or will be advertised, so that that product will be purchased by more number of consumers. Behavioral type discovery. Machine learning can cluster individuals into behavioral types based on their decision-making patterns, extending traditional economic assumptions of homogeneity. For example, AI might identify groups prone to overconfidence or procrastination, allowing for targeted intervention. This application builds on behavioral economics, focus on heterogeneity and context, enhancing the granularity of economic models. So AI might identify the groups. AI can judge, that is, whether you are overconfident or whether you are following the procrastination. Accordingly, AI can provide you some of the knowledge so that your specific behavior for purchasing the product that can be controlled. For the same, AI applies machine learning for the clustering. Okay. So through the cluster analysis, AI can classify the consumer based on their decision-making patterns. Dynamic pricing and market simulations. Nowadays, we will find that is the dynamic pricing is very common in case of the flight charge. So AI enables real-time analysis of consumer behavior to optimize pricing strategies. So AI can tell that is this is the right time to reduce the price or to increase the price. Accounting for psychological factors like anchoring, where initial prices influence perceived value. In market simulations, AI can model how irrational behavior like overreacting to news affects supply and demand, providing a more realistic picture of market dynamics than classical model. Sometimes we will find that some of the suppliers, okay, they are creating artificial demand in the market and the consumers become puzzled. So AI can provide you the correct knowledge, okay, so that the consumer will not be puzzled. Improving policy design. Governments and organizations use AI to test and refine policies informed by behavioral economics. For instance, AI can analyze data from pilot program to predict how tax incentive or subsidies might influence behavior, factoring in biases like status quo basis or hyperbolic discounting. This helps design policies that align with how people actually think and act rather than how they should in theory. So AI can provide the specific knowledge about what will be the policy of the government. So if the government is interested to increase the tax, then what will be the condition of the people? AI can provide that knowledge to the government. So the government can think that is to what extent the tax will be increased or tax will be decreased and on which product also. Enhancing experimental economics. AI support experimental design by simulating human participants via computer agent or analyzing experimental data to uncover subtle behavioral trends. It can replicate strategic interaction like trust game or auction and test how humans adapt to artificial agents, shedding light on cooperation, fairness, and rationality in hybrid human AI settings. Experimental economics nowadays a very interesting research methodology. And sometimes for experimental economics, simulated model or simulated data are required. So AI can support the experimental design by simulating human participants. Benefits and challenges. AI's ability to process large-scale real-time data and detect patterns unobvious to humans makes it a powerful ally for behavioral economics. It bridges the gap between theoretical insight and practical application, such as improving financial literacy or reducing energy consumption. However, challenges remain. AI models may overfit to specific data set. Ethical concerns arise from manipulating behavior, and the black box nature of some algorithms can obscure why certain predictions work, complicating their alignment with the behavioral theories. In summary, AI amplifies behavioral economics by offering predictive power. This is very, very important. Personalization and deeper insight into human irrationality. As these fields converge, they promise to reshape how we understand and influence economic decisions in an increasingly data-driven world. Here I am giving some example. For example, predicting consumer behavior. Teach students how AI predicts consumer behavior by simulating an online shopping scenario. Provide a data set of customer purchase, clicks and time spent on time. Use a simple ML tool like decision tree in Python to show how AI identifies patterns like people buying more when discounts are framed as limited time offers. So here you will find several examples. These examples you can use for your purpose or for teaching purpose. So following this example, you can understand what will be your data frame. So based on that data frame, you can think what will be your independent variable, what will be your dependent variable, what will be your moderating or mediating variable. And AI can provide you this knowledge. So I am suggesting please you read the example, and here I have given our program, our script, particularly for hypothetical data for practice. So if you apply this R script, then you can understand many more things. This is very useful. You can just copy and put in your R script window. Then use it slowly one by one, and you will get the result. Here the script sets up a group of 200 consumers. It defines the average values for 5 key characteristics How likely a person is to want to buy something on a scale from 0 to 1. How much they trust AI recommendations, around 7 on a scale that roughly 1 to 10. How frequently they use AI-driven features, like personalized recommendations, a score around 5 to 10. A measure of how much a consumer might be influenced by initial numbers or prices, how impulsive they are. So everything will be studied through some rating scale. Next is specifies how much these characteristics vary and shades up a table that shows how these characteristics are related. For instance, a consumer who trusts AI might also interact with it more often. So I am requesting you, please you write down the script in your art script window of your art studio, and then you will get the results, and later on you interpret the data. Okay. Shoma, is there any question to you?
No, sir. Art
So
script.
please you apply this script.
Yes, sir. That's why I'm going to ask you that art script, whatever is given that, so I have to copy it in the art studio and I will
Yeah,
get the result.
you
Okay,
will
before
get the
that I will
result
go
one
through.
by one. One by one
Yes,
you will try, not
yes,
at
sir.
a time. Okay.
Yes.
One by one, you will run the program and you can understand the result.
Okay, sir.
And that will help you for the research.
Okay.
And related to the project, I want to modify the project problem because our time is very short. In that context, if you can at least submit the content of our lecture, which is available in YouTube video, okay, at
Okay.
least the 5 videos, if you
That
can,
means, sir,
uh,
journaling type.
yeah, only the
Okay.
five YouTube videos, okay. You
Okay,
have
sir.
to thoroughly follow the video content, and then you write down 5 points and you describe the 5 points.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now I am closing the session.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.